Welcome to my C Sharp tutorial, and this is the second session of this video series. And today we are going to discuss input and output handling. So what it describes basically, like ask user for some inputs, prompt it so that user will give some input, read it and write into console. Okay, so let's move into the next slide. So here, reading from console, to read the data which is provided by the user, we are having console.readline method. And for the same, like we already have used in our last session, how to write to console using console.writeline. Basically there are several methods available to just read any input or any character or any kind of data from the user, but the most usually we are preferring console.readline method. Okay, so before moving into the next one, let's just prompt the user to write prompt the user to just enter your name, so that we can just expect some name should be entered by the user, so that we can throw it back to our console. So here, this is the program we were in our last session. So let me just modify a little bit. Enter your name. Okay, that's cool, right? It seems good. Okay, so how to read the data? So let me take a variable user input. So always prefer camel casing. Here you can see like so U starts with small letter, and when the next word appendes like appended, I starts with a capital, so it's called camel casing, as we all aware of. Like console dot read line, as we discussing, read line is the more preferable method. And what is the difference between like normal write on write line or something like? So the thing is simple, it will execute the process. Write line will write a particular line and it will move the cursor to the next one or the next row. So that's the difference, nothing else. Okay, so now, okay, so basically we in this tutorial we are going to discuss three approaches by using which you can just write into console. The first one is called using concatenation. Okay, so let's see, and let's see in action actually how it works. Okay, so here we already have accepted what user has entered, and we need to throw back to the console, or we need to show the output to the console. So how we can do, as we discussed, like you have to use console.writeLine method, right? So see, I was discussing write and write line, right? Okay, so it would be accepting to one input. So here I told like we are using concatenation, right? Using concatenation. Okay, so your name is, then as we use concatenation for concatenation operator, any of the language we are having a plus operator, and next to that I'm just going to simple append it, because either it is already of type string, no need to convert it. Okay, so let's see in action actually how it's going to work. Fine, so control shift B is to build shortcutly with whatever the uh, project solution you are having. So as of now I am having only one. Let's suppose I am having one more also, so it will build all. Okay, so this is the keyboard shortcut, and let's see in action how the output it appears. So here, enter your name. I'm entering Sunil. So here your name is Sunil. Okay, there is a space should be there. Okay, I will append into the next one, not an issue. Okay, that's fine. So here we have already like already checked how concatenation works. So let's move into the second approach. It's called placeholder. Okay, let's get into an action, and we'll see like how the output appears basically. So let's modify a little bit. Okay, just I'm just commenting this one, and we'll go to the next one. Using placeholder. So this is the placeholder syntax, how it is going to appear. Let me copy it and just append a space to just looks good. It will look good. Your name is, so I'm going to use a placeholder. So here this is the person, it's called placeholder. I'm just indexing. So based on that, as you know, we are going to accept argument of 0, right? So what would be the first one? So is there input. Okay, so press Ctrl plus T keyboard shortcut, just to render properly. So build it, and let's run and see the output, how it works. Again same thing, I'm just going to type Sunil. Yeah, your name is Sunil, so it works fine. So now the third approach we are having called interpolation. Basically this interpolation, this term, so most of the cases you will find it's a common use in your Angular. Basically we are going to cover in our next video series. Probably I'm covering as soon as possible this Angular one. And so same kind of concept we have been using in our .NET framework as well. So let me show you. So again we'll modify a little bit. Okay, copy this to line, comment this out. Here what we called, here what we will do basically, I am not using any kind of separator or any kind of what we already have discussed, like concatenation mechanism or any placeholder. So simple, I'm just I'm not even using any extra parameters to this method. Also how we are going to discuss here. So before starting with any kind of string, you just append a dollar symbol, and what is the purpose? So that it will enable to just inject any kind of object here. You can find anything, like let's suppose I just want to accept something like console.readline, or you need to just call any method of your own, or maybe from metadata you can just good to go with. So here your name is, and we need to use the variable, okay, user input. So this is called the not placeholder, interpolation syntax. Okay, so build it and run. Here we are. Yes, so we are good to go with. See here the same output renders. So here we have discussed like 3 of the approaches, like using concatenation, placeholder, as well as interpolation, how you can just write to the console. Basically based on your requirement, as per your compatibility level, you can just good to go with. Okay, this is the snapshot of the program. Okay, so I have modified the program basically, so just not to take more lines. So basically you can refer the same thing. So here I am appended the same thing, like using concatenation, placeholder, and interpolation as well. Okay, so thank you viewers. So thanks for watching this video tutorial, and just okay, so you can visit to my blog basically for the text versioning of this tutorial. The below the below URL, like this one, input and output handling.html, right? So this is for the particular tutorial, and this is the blog where you can find any of the tutorials text version and the link to the YouTube directly. Okay, so keep watching and please subscribe to my YouTube channel skm.net. Thank you, thanks a lot.